Morning all in the internet world. Mo Boy here. How you doing? February, short sleeve shirt outside. Nice day actually. Probably because I've been working quite hard and I'm quite warm. But anyway, I wanted to do a video. I've got quite a few questions coming in about setting up your cassette to cut evenly all the way along, and you know, why doesn't my when I engaged my cutting cassette, why does it really struggle to get going? A few questions like that, and there's sort of two parts to this, but I'm just doing the cassette part today. So for this particular purpose of this one, I'll just say that the cassette is you know, too close to the bottom blade, and it's not there's just not enough power in the cogs to actually turn it, because it's just too close and not sharp enough. So what we're going to do is we're going to set up a cassette all ready to back lap, and then once it's I won't do the back lapping part, but I'll pull out another cylinder that has been just sharpened and I'll reset it up. So here we go. Okay, so this is the cutting cylinder I'm going to use. It probably looks better in the picture than it is in real life. It's a bit tired, shall we say, but maybe yours looks a bit like this. Spins far too freely, this one. It's not stuck, but that's because I've lifted it, and I'm going to be using the word click quite a lot. So where you've got this screw on either side here, this one here, there's another one this side here, these two are the ones that move this cylinder closer to the bottom blade down here. Okay, so we're going to be talking in clicks, and to see what I mean, can you hear that click? Two clicks there, one back, right. Okay, so I'm going to be talking in clicks there. So the idea is we're going to click each side down evenly. If you click just one side down, so the corner of the bottom blade here, blade here is touching the bottom blade, and the other side's up in the air. By the time you click that one down, this left hand side down, this side will be far too close because they're on a both on a rotating sort of axis. So sometimes you have to, when you're doing it, move them both quite close, and then once you get one close, get the other one maybe two clicks along, and then the other one click back up again, just to get it smooth. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to use, it's quite handy to have some, I've cut A4 paper in half. Right, so what we want to do before sharpening, we want to just ensure that there's actually some contact there. There is contact actually, so we're not far off. It's obviously getting nowhere near, and it's not leaving any marks on there at all. So what we're going to do, we're going to come in here, two clicks down on either side. And we're going to, it's best probably to spin it with the white cog actually, but there, nothing is gripping. It's starting to get a little bit dirtier. Right, I'm going to tighten it, which is going clockwise. Two more clicks on either side. Oh, you can start to hear now that there's some interaction with that bottom blade, and it's chewing a little bit, chewing it as we go along. Oh, there's a little cut in the middle there. So look at that, this has got all these lines on it. I've just actually washed this one, so that's not brilliant, but it seemed to be touching the bottom blade here. There could be a problem with the bottom blade not being even, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to do two on this side and one on this side, see what happens. Right, it's starting now to make the right noises. It will be a bit screechy at times because it's not smooth, but that's not cutting at all on the right hand side. It's cutting actually okay on the middle, and I'll just give it a new new side. Yeah, and that's actually that's a sign where it's nearly there on that side. So this side here is actually now starting to get set up right, especially for backflapping. So I'm going to tighten this by 2 more, and I'm going to loosen this one anti-clockwise by 1. Okay. Oh, all my paper's blown away. That's a nice one. I'll start a new bit of paper actually. That's probably a good idea. So here, I usually have a glove on this hand because it can be this can be a bit tough on your hands. But that's actually cutting. That's actually. Oh, now I've actually loosened that one and it's not cutting, so I can click that one back again. And we basically, it's sort of chewing it a bit, and that's certainly not an even cut, which means it needs sharpening, and you can see from that blade that's not sharpened. But what we've got is now an even match, and you can see if you just follow one blade all the way along here, and look how close it is to the bottom. Unfortunately, you've also got it touching here, but I'm just following this one. Yeah, so it's looking good. So that, especially actually, I'm getting noise backwards, but that now is ready for backflapping. So it's just a case of balancing it out and getting it so it's touching at both ends at the right amount. And it can be a bit fiddly, but what I'll do in part 2 is I will get a one that I've sharpened, including the bottom blade, and we'll see how that sets up. Okay, so this is one I've just done. It's a 10 blade, but it's the same, obviously the same principle. So I've actually put a glove on because it's quite rough on your fingers. But that you can hear is touching. It doesn't sound perfectly smooth. And if I try the paper, a new bit of paper on this, that side it folded it over, and that side again it's just so I'll do a couple of clicks on this side clockwise and one anti-clockwise. Okay, it's making a better noise. Yeah, that cut, that didn't in the middle, and that did there. So it just needs probably one more clockwise on each one just to get contact all across. Click there. So try that side. That's cutting. That's cutting. Get a new edge. No, that's not cutting. That was cutting. So it might well be that I need to just pop this back in the grinder for a few more goes. Quite fiddly, but it's certainly cutting. Put one closer, and the idea is yeah, so that's now cutting all the way across evenly. So the idea now is I don't want to leave it that close to the bed knife, bottom blade rather, because it will make a heck of a noise and it will wear your cassette down really quickly. So when I'm setting a mower up, now I've done that, tend to back it off two clicks on either side. That's probably too loose actually. Maybe just turn it back one click. Nice. So it's a bit fiddly, but you just have to keep going back and forward, and don't forget that if you push this down and then push that down, this side will get closer and closer to this bottom blade. So as you're pushing that one down, this one might need to go up, or the vice versa. Quite a tricky little thing to do, but once you get the hang of it, you're all right. And obviously you've got the paper there. If you want to get really technical, for actual cutting, it needs two pieces of paper sort of next to each other like that, square on, and then it should cut the first one and not the second one. It should cut the first one and not the second one. So that's what you'll see on other YouTube videos when people are actually setting them up. So please like and subscribe. If you've got any further comments on my setting up there, then you know, by all means. I'm not the world's expert, but this is how I do it, and I just hope it helps you. So please like and subscribe, and have a great day. All the best.